Howdy, folks. Welcome back to the show. I hope you're all doing well. I'm the leftover monkey back again. And today we're taking a look at a gem from 2015. Yeah, 10 years back. A British psychological thriller, The Ones Below. And this is tense, it's claustrophobic, it can keep you on the edge of your seat. It even had moments that caught me off guard, even though this film has some beats that are reminiscent of films of old. So, what's this all about? Let's jump into it, shall we, guys? It centers around a young, expectant couple, Kate and Justin. They've just moved into a beautiful little townhouse. I suppose you could call it a duplex because there's an upstairs and a downstairs. They meet their neighbors, which are downstairs, who on the surface level seem like a perfect couple. Teresa and John, they're friendly, well-spoken, sophisticated. They're the kind of neighbors you want when you move into a new area. But hey, man, can't all be smooth sailing, and everything pretty much kicks into overdrive when there's a tragic accident that occurs at a dinner party. And from there, man, the relationship between these two couples, it spirals. It turns into like a full-on psychological game of manipulation and paranoia. It gave me vibes of films like the Hand That Rocks the Cradle, Single White Female, Fatal Attraction, and even Rosemary's Baby. Yeah, yeah. Honestly, if you've seen those films, you'll kind of see where this film is going as well. And one of the great strengths of this particular film, of The Ones Below, is the atmosphere. My word, it's like taut and suspenseful. And most of the film takes place in contained settings. So between the two houses that are, on top of each other. Now, which in a sense creates this suffocating environment. Like you're getting the air sapped out of you. You feel trapped alongside the characters. You're trying to figure out ways out of this on their behalf. Yeah, it's very claustrophobic. And because most of the film is in a closed setting, they make good use of the sound design, like creaking floorboards, whispers, things like that. And you get this intense feeling of dread. Like what the heck are the ones below gonna do? Another massive highlight is the cast. Man, the performances are brilliant. You've got Kate, played by Clemence Posey. I suppose that's how you say her name. And her portrayal is believable, empathetic. It's a woman whose life is just being slowly unraveled. There's gaslighting, manipulation, paranoia, as I mentioned earlier, and you feel the paranoia that she's feeling. So you're basically watching someone that's losing their mind, and you can't interject. And then to, I guess, balance that, you've got her husband, played by Stephen Moore, Justin's the husband's name. Yeah, yeah. And it's a perfect balance because as the wife is losing her mind, you see the husband pretty much, you know, not understanding what's going on. He's seeing everything from a practical perspective. And because honestly, he's just seeing what he's been shown, you're like on his side for a lot of it, even though you know what Kate is going through. So it's really cool. And the chemistry between them is really solid. Now, We've got uh, we've got the ones below. Yes, yes. And we'll start with Teresa, played by Laura Byrne. Far out, man. This is how it's done. Like she is on point in this film. Like she gets you wound up. The manipulation from her, the way she delivers her lines, the paranoia she keeps escalating and escalating and pushing onto this young woman Kate, who's having who's just had a child. It's so like it's top notch. I sometimes think where are the female actresses like this that have range? Like I don't see it anymore. So like high props to the ladies, both the ladies actually in this film. But let's move on to Teresa's man, John, played meticulously by David Morrissey. And to be honest, he was the only actor in this film that I knew about prior to watching it. But man, he's full on sophisticated in this, charming, commanding, like he's the masculine, the alpha. And he's got like an old money style to him, and honestly, it looks like David Morrissey. It looks like he's having quite a bit of fun with this role, and that could be because he's starred in other films and shows, some high profile. So he's got that experience behind him, and you can see it shining through in the film. But yo, man, honestly, those two things, the atmosphere and the cast, really set this film like up there. But let's jump into a few of the weaknesses. And I'll be honest, the pacing of this film is not that great. It's a bit up and down, It could have been touched up, especially towards the third act, because yes, you're getting towards the edge of your seat, but man, you don't want to be getting up and leaving. That's what I felt at times. I was like, let's speed this up. And at the start, I mentioned as well that this has similar beats to other films that that you may or may not have seen, to other psychological thrillers. And honestly, if you've seen other psychological thrillers like The Hand That Rocks the Cradle or Rosemary's Baby, Fatal Attraction, you're going to work out what's going to happen in this film pretty quickly. The ending is a bit of a surprise, but you should get for the most part what is occurring. For me, final thoughts, 7 out of 10. It is a solidly enjoyable psychological thriller. It's a slow burn for sure, but it relies heavily on atmosphere and character development, and it delivers on those. It's well made, man. Acting is great. I can't stress enough how well it is acted in this film, how well the acting is in this film. And look, if you haven't actually seen many psychological thrillers, this will probably stay with you long after the credits roll. Yeah, yeah. Well, look, hey, that's me for today, guys. Thanks everyone for your time. Make sure to hit that subscribe button on your way out, or give me a like. Either way, you guys do you. Leftover Monkey out.